Juan and Nick, pedals and effects, weird fuzz pedals. 4 weird motherfuckers right here.
Well, though you were saying like let's do a Fuzz Wars or a drive thing, and we pulled out a couple of like, different sounding fuzzes, and I was like, oh well, maybe it'd be cool if we just pulled out some of the newer. These are all new things, all new acquisitions that we've got,
Absolutely.
and they're all like drive fuzz.
Well, fuck. Actually, I don't know how long this one's been around.
We just got that.
Bingo.
We just came up.
Bingo.
With that. And and it just happened to be that when we were pulling out all these new things that we like, we're like, oh, they're like a drive, dirt, whatever, that does something strange.
So here, check this out. Death by Audio, we spoke about them in the last video, maybe even a couple videos. But anyway, we just acquired their stuff. We've always loved these dudes. This pedal, look at that shit. I love the micro synthesizer sliders. That shit is hard. I love this, that it's like, oh, look, there's an arrow. Output. That's what this does. This is the output volume. Fucking genius. This dude keeps simplicity down to an art form. I love it. We'll fuck with this. What's this?
Well, just real quick, just these sliders do this weird shit where there's an overload slider. So you can have a normal sounding, just like crazy fuzz sound, and then when you just start backing off on this, or
going into the red
with the overdrive, you absolutely destroy the signal. So that's what's cool about that. Reese Lightning is a Dwarfcraft box from last year, I think. I don't know when this came out. We just kind of got this recently too, so I think we're probably a little behind on that. But what you were saying, is it an extension of the Eau Claire Thunder?
Apparently it is, and I actually did a little clip for Dwarfcraft in the summer last year when I was on tour. Ben and his homie came through my hotel room, and we set it up and we ripped through it. But yeah, it's very similar to the Eau Claire in the sense that it has the feedback button, and the setup is very similar. It's claims that it's brighter, dirtier, crazier. We're gonna see if
it's more saturated for sure than what I know about the Eau Claire Thunder.
All right, so then let's up with this
Fuzz Rocheus playing mantis, not the praying mantis, the playing mantis. This, if you just look at these two knobs, it's just like a drive fuzz pedal, distortion, boost, or just plain old drive, but then you add in all this goodness, and it's crazy oscillators that you can tune and have this kind of like little switch that you can engage it. So this is like probably the gnarliest, because it's it's a fuzz pedal, it's a drive pedal, but with this insane oscillator section, which is like bizarre to wrap your brain around, because you're just tuning and kind of like messing with the voltage on it. But basically, it does like wild, like I wouldn't say pitch shifting, but it almost sounds that way, because you're kind of like you can mix in a different oscillator signal that you're tuning, which is pretty cool and very weird.
Weird fuzz.
Mm-hmm.
What's the last weird fuzz? It's from Bombay, India, and
Animal Factory's
Baron Samedi. Does that sound close?
Don't know.
We don't know. We don't know how to say the second part of it. Baron is how we would say the first part of it.
Baron Samedi.
So
in
the comments section in this video here, let us know what you think.
This has happened before when we've had foreign pedals.
Yeah.
I just don't know how to say them.
Yeah, but it's cool. But what is cool is that this dude is a weird fuzz.
It's a weird fuzz, and this guy, we've had a couple things from Animal Factory, and there's always just like a funny angle to it. Like he sends instructions on how to mod this. Like you can go inside and clip a wire and then, I don't know, do something to it and like get more volume out of it. But be careful, because it does this if you do this. And it's just like, it's pretty cool. It's like a weird, I don't know, interactive element to like owning a fuzz pedal through Animal Factory, where it's like, there's always something kind of like that about his stuff. They're like, there's more than meets the eye, I feel like, when we've gotten the Animal Factory stuff before.
And I think it's, this one in particular for me, it's very gritty, cuts up, chods, biasy type shit, but also gets this wild ass low end that's kind of synthy sound. So my settings and shit that I pulled up, I really dug that. But we're going to weird fuzz out this afternoon.
So I used the Absolute Destruction at our little masterclass things we just did, because I thought it was so awesome sounding. And I'm just down for the slider tip. So here, this should just be like full on open, wide open, we'll say, and just kind of like good sounding. So as soon as you back off right around, that's kind of the sweet point I found for guitar at least, where it starts doing that sucking in sound, where it's like a reverse gate or something. I think it's all like, it's these kind of like relate to each other where they're at. So let's see if you do something like that. See what I mean? So like when you have the gain and the overload at like that distance, that's when you get that sucking sound. When you do something like that, you know what I'm saying? Let's see.
I know what you're saying. Hey, Nick.
That's a really cool
sweet spot city right there.
Dude, that's a sweet spot. Okay, love it. Reese Lightning. So I love the Fuzz world having feedback loop momentary buttons. I just think it's cool, and then you can usually tune it. Sometimes this needs to be like at the very, very front of the signal chain, because then you'll get the kind where you can tune the actual feedback, whatever oscillating thing, with your volume knob, sometimes even your tone knobs. This one doesn't have that, so it doesn't matter where this actually is in the chain. As far as I can tell, I think you will always get the the feedbacky sound. So here's just turning the pedal on. This is a setting that I think sounds okay. So it's just one of these like really chaotic, just over the top things you can do. But I actually, for guitar, I prefer this to the Eau Claire. Just I like that it's got the extra grit and saturation to it. I always like fuzz that has like the way just like sound, and that's that pedal. Okay, so this is funny. When you had this on, I actually didn't realize this, but these two channels are independent, so you can actually have the oscillator turned on without the drive section. But here's what just... So let's see. This is just set up to distortion. See, and then what you did was you had this on, which is cool. So here's the thing. You can tune this and all these different switches. There's two pitch. It's not actually pitch 1 and pitch 2. Well, it kind of is, but they're not. Those aren't independent of each other. You can blend them or kind of like stack them with this merge button, or switch. So here's how it goes.
It sounds like one of your solo performances.
I don't actually know what's happening, like, physically inside when you're switching everything. I don't know what's happening to the signal. You know what I mean? I don't actually logically understand what it is. I just, like, kind of toy with it until it sounds cool. So, for instance, if you were going to, like, tune it... So pretty cool. Lots of different options of how to fuck with that that oscillating sound. Okay, so on to the Animal Factory Baron, however you say that word. I didn't get a normal sound out of this. I don't know how to get a normal sound. That's in the instructions, right? You read something about that. There's a setting that starting from scratch, but this was a sound that I thought was pretty interesting for a fuzz pedal or a drive or whatever it is.
Get in that click. Get in there.
Let me look at this real quick. Let's see. This is one of those pedals, that have all the different funny names for the fucking controls.
Oh, lovely.
I get it. I get that, you want to have, do something different. But I'm just going to say, for the person trying to learn the pedal, to all you manufacturers out there, that can sometimes be a little tricky remembering what, 5 or 6 knobs are supposed to do when they don't have the proper labeling on them.
And what you could do...
Just saying.
Right.
Just saying.
And I've seen guys put stickers over the stickers that say life, death, burial, and they have a description of something they understand.
Just saying.
Yeah, I feel you.
Okay, so let's see. And so here are the knobs. Life, death, burial, voodoo, rum. Okay, that's cool. Respect. I get, it's cool. It's just confusing is all. So the death knob is the gate, and I think that is kind of what tweaks it. There you go. Okay, what knob? The burial knob increases the accentuation of the lower harmonics. Right, so that's why I like it there, because I was getting that jacked up sound, right? On the neck pickup here, so... Shall I turn them all on?
Always.
Good. Let's do that. Let's do... Sounds pretty good. I don't know. I think I'm gonna put all these pedals on my board and have them.
I think a board just that on all the time, dimed.
Sounds pretty good.
Absolute destruction. That fucker rules. I love it. Here we go. Reese Lightning. Boom. Let's go.